Greetings, Virgo and Virgo rising. This is your Western forecast for April 2025. Expect major changes financially, but also in a profound psychological way. This is a cycle of deep change, inwardly and outwardly. The reason is the solar eclipse, the new moon solar eclipse on March the 29th, 2025, that I discussed in last month's video, is in Aries, in your 8th house sector. Because Aries, the eclipse in Aries, is 8 signs past Virgo. So there's putting a major emphasis and major new beginnings on 8th house matters. In business, the 8th house deals with your financial responsibilities with others, joint ventures, finance, settlements, inheritance. That's on the financial side. On a much deeper side, it can deal with a profound inner transformation. It can put a major focus on therapy, psychology, astrology. There could be profound insights that are trying to awaken for you. Now, an eclipse is a darkening of the light. So seeds are being planted for major changes because it's in the 8th from Virgo, but it could take at least 30 days, if not 60 days, to start revealing what these big changes are about. This eclipse happens every 19 years, so what is shifting on a profound level could be lasting for years. Now, the sun every April is shining in Aries the first 3 weeks till April the 20th. Where the sun is shining in your chart is where your priorities and your attention is most drawn to. So the sun the first 3 weeks is in Aries. At the end of March was this profound new moon solar eclipse in Aries. So we've already set this up. Now, to find some clues of what most people might be experiencing, Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So it's your ruling planet. Your ruling planet always pulls us to what's your life purpose, what's really important for you. Mercury went retrograde the middle of March 2025 and is in Aries, and then it retrograded back into Pisces as we got to April. And Mercury is retrograde until the 7th, where it then goes direct, giving more clarity, more focus, more decisiveness, with the Mercury going direct in Pisces for the rest of the month. Pisces is opposite Virgo. So what's on your mind, Mercury, what you're making decisions and thinking about, Mercury, falls in your 7th of partnerships, from the spouse, the significant other, business contracts. Venus, the planet of cooperation, of desire, of creativity. Venus is the planet of love. And Venus went retrograde March the 1st in Aries. As we got closer to April, it retrograded into Pisces. And it remains retrograde in Pisces till April the 12th, at which point Venus goes direct. During the retrograde of Venus, there's often a time of testing relationship, reevaluating what's important to you, and the Venus is going direct in your 7th house of relationships. Venus is the planet of relationships. So between Mercury and Venus going direct, there's a lot of this rethinking and reevaluating partnerships and relationships. The karmic north node is always, in hindsight, when you look back, the karmic north node will often feel like it was meant to be, part of destiny. But often when it's making an exact trigger in your chart, it may not feel like it's meant to be until the dust settles. I'm bringing it up because it's in Pisces from the beginning of 2025. It'll be there for a year and a half, once every 19 years. But I'm bringing it up because taskmaster responsible Saturn is in Pisces the last couple of years. It's going to go into Aries the end of May. Now that's a big shift because taskmaster responsible Sirius Saturn in Pisces, there's lots of transition, a lot of dissolving boundaries, a lot of anxiety. As it goes into Aries in a couple of months, once every 30 years, then there's all this responsibility for taking action, for going into new directions. But the Saturn is with the North Node. Now, one of the things with the North Node is, yes, it's all that karmic meant to be, but it has a lot to do with amplifying or intensifying whatever it's connecting to. And it's aligning with Saturn. So it's amplifying a lot of responsibilities, major commitment, and the alignment is April the 17th to the 23rd. But you could be feeling it a couple of weeks before to a couple of weeks after. So this profound Saturn North Node, serious, responsible energies is in your 7th house. Marriage, business partnerships, a long-term or a contract that comes in that could last for a long time. Because the Saturn North Node is trying to develop and build a long-term foundation. Now, in the 7th, that could even be with the public, but it's certainly with partnerships or a contract. And Mercury is about the negotiations, the decision with this partnership. And the Venus going direct after April the 12th in the 7th, it's good for marriage, good for the significant other, with cooperation, with maybe feeling more of a desire to connect more deeply. Now, back to that solar eclipse in the 8th house. Major life changes. If you were to get married, or if you're in a relationship that needs to be repaired, or you need to come to the realization to move on, a marriage or a divorce is psychologically, emotionally life-changing. But most divorces, or if you're getting married, you're going to start with the divorce, you're separating your assets. If you're getting married, or if you're going into a business partnerships, you could be joining finances. So there's a lot of financial change, good or bad, a lot of profound emotional change if you're getting married or divorced. There is a major focus here is on partnerships. Now, we got to look to Mars, because Mars is aggressive, assertive, impatient. It's part of a 2-year cycle, and it is moving into Aries. It's moving into Leo, which is the sign prior to Virgo, the shadow sector. So this is also some very important component to all this bigger picture that I'm trying to paint. But before I get into discussing Mars, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. All right, so Mars is going into Leo April the 17th for 2 months, till June the 17th. Mars is in Leo once every 2 years. But because Mars went retrograde December the 6th until February the 23rd, just recently, the Mars had already been in in Leo, in November. And then December the 6th, it went retrograde in Leo until it retrograded back into Cancer in January. So you already have clues of Mars in Leo, November, December. The December could be when it got more challenging, more frustrating, more delayed, taking more effort, because Mars is very goal-oriented. Come April the 17th, Mars moves back into Leo for 2 months. That's why I was saying you might be able to look to what was going on November and December, because middle of April to the middle of June, it's returning to Leo, and you could have more insight, more understanding, maybe more closure. The Mars in Leo is in the 12th house, or the last house before it goes into Virgo. So come the middle of June, ambitious, assertive Mars goes into Virgo. So for those approximately 6 weeks of Mars in Virgo, once every 2 years, you're going to be more aggressive, confident, assertive, more risk-taking. But now, from the middle of April to the middle of May, once every 2 years, it's in the 12th house. On an emotional level, that could be feeling really stuck, being depressed, being frustrated. But if you have a goal, if you have a project, the Mars in the 12th house it might take more effort. You might be feeling a bit stuck at times. But if you have a goal, Mars is very ambitious and work-oriented, and you could be pulling yourself out of any funk, any emotional kind of spinning, if you are really putting that Mars to focusing on building a major foundation over those next 2 months. Maybe you're very active Mars with research, with studying, all kinds of development. And that goes along with these profound change that's happening. Maybe the Mars going into the 12th is doing a lot of soul searching about should you let go, what are these changes are about. That eclipse in the 8th house of transformation is trying to show the big picture. And it seems with Mercury and Venus and Saturn all in your 7th, that could be a marriage. That could be a significant contract. That could be a business partnership. Now, more clues. The new moon was on March the 29th, which is a new moon solar eclipse. 2 weeks after new moon is the full moon. The full moon will be in Libra on the 13th of April. The full moon brings matters to a head, reveals what's been hidden. The new moon solar eclipse on the 29th, and being an eclipse, things are hidden for a month or two. There's a lot to be revealed. The full moon on the 13th will begin to give clues and start to reveal what the eclipse is trying to bring into your life. Libra, full moons in Libra, Libra is in the second sector, the second house sector from Virgo. The second is your money, your income. So I think this has a lot to do, well, this could be divorce or divorce of a business partnership. And so it's bringing all these money matters to a head. But it could also be the commitment of that Saturn North Node, which is all that responsibility and commitment to a relationship, and business or marriage. And then entangling your finances together with a business or with a marriage. The one last thing, the sun leaves Aries on the 20th of April and goes into Taurus. Now, that new moon solar eclipse is holding that 8th house vibration for several months, could be impacting you for a number of years. But when the sun goes into Taurus, April the 20th till May the 20th, it's bringing in more of an interest, more of bringing your priorities more into the moon in Taurus, the sun in Taurus, in your 9th house, because Taurus is 9 signs past Virgo. Taurus is an earth sign, Virgo is an earth sign. It's all very compatible. So part of all this change, good or bad, or hard, or inspiring, by the end of April into May, the sun is shining on 9th house matters. 9th house can mean media, marketing, publishing. So you could be going into a business partnership with any of those 9th house domains. If you're getting a divorce, the 9th, or even with a business partnership, the 9th house could also put the focus on legal matters. But for most of you that have healthy, strong partnerships, marriage, this could be taking it to the next level or committing to a serious business partnership or getting married. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.